So it's been like Grand Central Station around here today. First of all, I had the call alarm person giving me a new call alarm. Apparently, I'm not meant to throw them in the bin when the strap breaks. I'll know that for next time. And then secondly, the gas man came. A very, very interesting discussion with a very chatty but really nice gas man. We talked all things from combat to mental health to sport to disability awareness in the workplace to the belonging to language around what's suitable and what's not suitable, to do with disability, but also to do with ethnicity and colour. Very, very interesting debate. But something that was really, really interesting to me was when we were talking, obviously, I was talking about my podcast, Part of Me, and plugging that. Part of Me podcast. You can look it up on any of your apps. But when we were talking about the podcast, and I was talking about the people that I have interviewed over the year and a half, and talking about some of the Paralympians that I've interviewed and am due to interview coming up, he was saying that he could think of loads of Olympians, but he couldn't think of any names of Paralympians. And he said, although we have come a long way since Channel 4 hosted the Paralympics in 2012. And I said to him, well, that's a really good point, but we've obviously only come so far if you can't think of any names of Paralympians. And he said, oh, I don't think my 6-year-old daughter would be able to name any famous disabled people. And I said, you know what, I bet she would be. You know, if you ask her, you know, I think there's loads of people on CBBC and on Blue Peter, if you can believe that's still around, that are disabled. And I think that children are so much more receptive to these kind of things than adults are. So he's gone away with the task of asking his daughter if he can think of any famous disabled people. And it kind of got me thinking of whether we have come as far as we think we have with things like sports. I mean, I said I probably couldn't name any sports personalities, not because they're not famous enough, but because sports isn't my expertise and it's not a field I spend a lot of time kind of concentrating on, but nothing to do with disability or ability. But it's an interesting concept, I think. Have we come far enough that we accept that we have disabled athletes, and disabled athletes are really good and deserve the medals that we win, but still aren't thinking of knowing them by name or naming any? What do you